Welcome back. We've been talking about the hit Broadway musical Newsies coming to the Tennessee Performing Arts Center for its Nashville debut the last week in May. The show is inspired by a real-life event where newspaper boys went on strike in New York City in 1899. Recognizing Tennessee's own rich history in the printing business, TPAC and the Tennessee State Museum are partnering in a collaborative exhibit. And we're back now with Tony Marks from the Tennessee Performing Arts Center, and also joining us now is Jim Hubler, who is the Senior Curator in Art and Architecture at the Tennessee State Museum. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Well, it's great to have you. This is exciting. I love always coming to the Tennessee State Museum because you all always remind me of all the great things that Tennessee had as far as history goes. This exhibition is called Newsies, a Tennessee Special Edition.
Correct.
And we've got a great clip. Before we get into more detail about it, I think we should probably show folks, let them just see how we walk through it.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look at the clip first.
TPAC and the Tennessee State Museum are partnering again to present Newsies, a Tennessee Special Edition, a collaborative exhibit based on the Tony Award-winning Broadway musical Newsies and Tennessee's rich printing history. Disney's Newsies is based on the 1992 live-action film inspired by the real-life Newsboy Strike of 1899 in New York, in which a newsboy named Kid Blink led a successful 2-week strike against publishing giants William Randolph Hearst and Joseph Pulitzer. The exhibit explores the musical's creative path from historical inspiration to Tony Award-winning hit and displays a costume from the Broadway production, making Nashville the first city to display such a production item. With assistance from the Special Collections Department of the Nashville Public Library and the State Museum's collection, the exhibit includes interesting stories of newspaper printing in Tennessee and scans of historic covers of the Nashville banner. This historical section spotlights the work of Louis Wicks Hine, the American sociologist and photographer who used his camera as a tool for social reform. Some of his images of real-life newsies and other child labor settings are featured in this exhibit. Also featured are displays on how old-fashioned printing terms have survived into the digital age, a timeline of important dates in the state's printing history, and items from the heyday of Nashville's famous Printer's Alley, which was the home to many competing newspapers. Newsies, a Tennessee Special Edition, will be displayed in the G-Level Gallery through June 2015. We're proud to continue this collaboration with the Tennessee State Museum, and we hope you'll explore this exhibit on the G-Level the next time you find yourself at TPAC.
Wow, that looks really fascinating. I think a lot of people would be surprised to know, because I never really realized Printer's Alley is called Printer's Alley for a reason. Are those the types of things we're going to learn about Tennessee when we go to this exhibit? Absolutely.
Printer's Alley got that name because in the 1890s there were 2 newspapers down there, the Nashville Daily American and the Banner. And then after Prohibition came in the early 20th century, the Tennessean also moved down there. So the newspaper people were coming and going up and down the alley. And late in the 19th century, it also had another name, the Men's Quarter. And that was because of some of the places that are down there still. The Southern Turf Building is still down there. They had liquor and gambling downstairs and other entertainments upstairs. A few doors down the street was the Climax Saloon.
Yes.
And almost next door to that was the Utopia Hotel. So, and the street's name at that point was Cherry Street. So it was an interesting period in history. And this is where the newspapermen worked, and it's where the newsboys picked up their papers.
Wow, I think a lot of people may not even remember the fact that we used to have newspaper boys that would deliver our newspapers all the time.
Right.
So we're going to actually get to see, I think, photos of some of these young men.
Louis Wicks Hine, who was a labor reform advocate, came to Tennessee and he photographed the May hosiery mill, some of the girls and women and children working in there. And he also photographed Nashville newsboys and telegraph boys working in the streets of Nashville. One of the photographs I thought was interesting was there's a policeman with a newsboy, and it's obvious that kid should be in school because of his age, but the policeman is totally ignoring it.
That is so interesting. Well, this is really a neat collaboration, Tony. Is this the first time? I don't think it is, though. Is this the first time the Tennessee State Museum and you guys, because you're in the same building, have collaborated on a project?
We did something for the previous season for War Horse, because we knew we had a piece that was really steeped in history, World War I history, and not just share a building here in the the Polk Cultural Center, but across the street in the War Memorial Building is where the State Museum's military branch is. And they had a War I exhibit going at the same time. And so we just kind of got together and sparks flew.
Yeah.
But that went so well, we decided to do this again. We were looking at Newsies, and Jim and Mary Skinner from the museum came up and said, well, A, we have a printing press down here, and we've got a lot of material to work with. And B, you know, we're talking about Newsies as being the story of a banner strike, a Newsboy Strike, and we had one in Nashville as well, 7 years earlier than the one we're talking about. So there was a lot there to work with.
A lot that we can learn about our city and its tie-in. When is, how long is this going to be going on at the Tennessee State Museum, Jim?
Through June. Through
June. So we have a great opportunity, even once Newsies is gone, we've got a great opportunity to come down and learn about the whole newspaper printing business in Tennessee. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for being here. We encourage everybody to definitely go see Newsies, definitely go see the Tennessee State Museum's exhibition over there as well. I think you will love both of them. I want to also thank my earlier guests for being here, Krista Melton and Chandra from Fredrickson from the Freedom Stylist. And I want to also thank you for watching. I'm Tawanda Cohen. I'll see you next time.